All right, really fast, really quick, guys. We got our headphones away. We got our cell phones tucked away. If you do not have the 3.1 Articles of Confederation, it should be on the back table. If you got one from yesterday, I see B has one out, Mariah has hers out. Go ahead and grab a 3.1 Articles of Confederation off the back table. While you're grabbing that off the back table, here's also what you're gonna need to start class. If you have a scrap sheet of paper, go ahead and rip it in half, just like I did with this sheet here. If you need a scrap sheet of paper, there's some on the blue stool. Grab a scrap sheet of paper, okay, from off the blue stool or from a partner or a friend. Rip it in half, really fast, really quick. So a couple things that people get situated. 3.1 Articles of Confederation. You'll need a scrap sheet of paper. Yeah, you can take one.
You said rip it apart?
Yeah, rip it apart. You can take her half really fast, really quick. Scrap sheet of paper, you need one?
You said what? Druggy.
Need one? You can.
Just what? Why? What do you do?
No, nothing, it's telling small. No, this is just.
Break bad.
Thank you guys for sharing. As you settle back to your desk, here's what we got. On the scrap sheet of paper, I want you to come up and write your own government. So, give me 3 to 4 sentences describing your own personal government.
Oh, man.
If you had your own territory, your own globe, if you just landed on Mars, I want you to come up with your own government in 3 to 4 sentences. Write that on your scrap sheet of paper. Any questions?
So we are making our own territory?
You are not making your own territory. Look at me, Marcus. You're making or forming your own government in 3 to 4 sentences. Caleb, did you have a question?
I write like a specific rule or something like that.
What is government? What does government do?
Oh, make rules.
Make rules, make laws. So yes, that makes sense? 3 to 4. Last question here, John? Good? Okay. 3 to 4 sentences. Write them on that scrap sheet of paper, please.
Chloe Jones.
Please.
I can't find my AirPod case.
You can't coach David.
I need to send Enoch. Someone looking for my AirPod case. I need my AirPod case. I need.
Insensitive to your needs. I hear you. But isn't there a way that you can find your AirPod?
Not the case. You can't check the case. You can only check the AirPod.
My best bet for you would be to try to remember the last hand. Okay? I'll continue to look at my classroom for it, but with that scrap sheet of paper, Joe, I need you to write 3 to 4 sentences forming your own government. Okay? Need a pencil? Got one? Still thinking?
Yeah, we're trying to think of that.
Okay. Questions?
I'm just trying to figure out my own government. My own. This is the paper he was passing out. That we get, right?
Yes, sir. Okay. Those printed out sheets. Take one. Let's say 2 point.
What is it, this?
3.1. Yeah, they can take that one. You can take that one.
I already have one.
You already have it. Awesome.
It's in my box, it's in my binder. Sorry, I was using the bathroom.
You're fine.
And I want to remove some.
Let's take about 2 more minutes on this, guys. Again, you are writing 3 to 4 sentences describing your own government. John, this is yours, boss. And Elise, can I see you outside really fast?
Bro, seriously, don't be hit.
What's up, bro?
No, I'm tired.
I'm gonna sleep.
Mariah, remember what I said yesterday in 7th period?
What did you say?
I'm big on.
Oh, you're weird.
Bro,
No, I said no.
oh yeah, I forgot, cause it's only like, yeah.
You already know, like.
No, I forgot.
No, yes, you do.
That's how it knows.
But,
No, he
wait,
knows.
do you know
sometimes.
anybody to, alright, never mind.
Hmm?
Nothing. So, I'll tell you after.
Yeah, I better watch what y'all say.
Yeah.
Watch what y'all say.
Oh, I get you.
Who's behind you?
He's recording.
What about?
Look. Go, what? Go.
I'm showing you.
Okay, again, guys, I'm gonna try my best with this. Yes, ma'am? We did. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna try my best with this, guys, but let's make sure that we're finishing up. Again, as I look around, there's certain people with their head down and not writing. So I'm gonna give us another 90 seconds to finish this activity. Again, 3 to 4 sentences describing your government. Everybody listen or look at me with your eyeballs really fast, really quick. Nope, Mariah, up and looking. Up and looking. I'm a person just like you. There are certain things that are going on in my life right now that will cause me to want to put my head down. However, there is a job to do. So, that means we have to grow up. It is 50 minutes of history. 50 minutes. That is it. That is all. You can do that without head pods or ear pods in. You can do that without putting your head down. If I need to, I will ask you to stand up. Does that make sense? Joseph, take your ear pods out. Okay, 1 minute. 1 minute left here, guys.
I don't even know how to spell.
Hey, guys, that's not funny. Trey, I know you're not laughing. Calm down. It's not that funny.
What's funny?
Hey, guys, settle down. Stop. That's not what we're doing right now. Mariah, again, get your head up. 3 sentences. Was you rather tight?
I can use this for spelling. Is that okay?
Please.
I'll go up to you.
Are you shushing me? What if you kind of like.
Balthazar, do you have anything written down?
Can I?
Well, on this, I'm about to.
Okay, Balthazar, come on this side for me, please, boss. Everybody from Trey, Mariah, Joseph, you're still writing. You're three. Balthazar, come on over here. Everybody on this side of the classroom, guys, find a partner.
I'm done.
I'm sorry.
I said I'm done.
I don't see three complete sentences. So everybody on this side of the classroom, what you guys are doing is finding a partner, and you guys are discussing each person's, or your partner's, individual government. Does that make sense? You're listening, you're focusing, you're talking about your government and their government. Everybody on this side of the room, guys, we're a little bit behind. Again, Joseph, get your earpods off of your ear. I'm sorry, get them off of your ear. Again, you were a little late coming in. These are three ideas, but I want you to give me three complete sentences.
Share with us your thing.
You be like, oh, that.
Share.
Your government.
Share your
You
thing.
said this, Mariah, you said you had three things down? Can you show me the three? You erased it.
500, you should
You know that could be
You just said water.
bills,
What's the
education.
issue today?
Bro, you take her off, bro.
Understand? Did I? Right now,
I
can you
will-
stand
I
up,
will
or
start.
if you need to stand up, if you need to stand up so you don't put your head down, that's
Okay,
fine.
you talking about.
Give me 3 points of your government. Not my government, of your own government. What are 3 things that you wanna focus on?
No, I'm good.
Look at me.
Some stupid stuff, I put.
Having your head down is not helping.
Yeah.
So you know what government
On the
is.
Xbox.
That's the first thing. What does a
Without
government
a
do?
job, or you will get fined.
Oh, no.
They said they don't, so.
Trillions. You gonna be just like the president.
We got Spartan, we got Nazis.
Can you name, give me 2 types of government? What
You can
is
never
our
vote
government?
y'all.
That's just, wait, you're asking.
What's England's government?
No, it's not. Hey, you said make a rule. You can never vote y'all.
We got definitions, we have 2 forms that we
The
know.
only better games
Give me
are
just
Spider-Man and God of War.
Come on, we got God War, we got.
Head up. What you got, Trey? What's your question?
That's the
Say what?
Separated.
What are you missing out on write your form of government?
My third one was.
Do you know what a government is?
Everything I said.
I mean,
Okay. Can you give me 2 different types of government? What's our government?
no,
Alright,
listen, they told.
You don't know the US government's a democracy? Okay, look at me. What's the US government?
Okay.
Democracy. And what is England? What do they use? Do they use a king? Yes, they use a monarchy. Okay, so you have the definition of what a government is, and you have 2 ideas, 2 forms of government. Now give me yours.
And you cannot go 3 weeks without a job or something.
Write it down. What does your government look like?
Only I put citizens are no longer allowed to carry military firearms. There's no reason to have it.
Yeah, military.
Okay, let's go 60 more seconds. Just identifying your personal government, learning about someone else's government. Eric, who did you talk to? Why not? Why not? Talk to somebody, share your government. So you weren't done yet? Okay, so let's get done now.
Go ahead, do it more.
I said,
I'm thinking of the
as
third one,
government,
stop.
all people got given all their money.
Come on,
I can't be voted out.
Who's we? I'm already
I'm
talking.
already about that, let's jump to
If people don't listen to them, they get.
Who's y'all two?
You haven't finished all your quizzes yet, or you're still on last slide.
So you're gonna be in the top.
I did all
Let's
that.
take 30 more seconds, guys.
I'm finished.
You mean, or, yeah,
Public transportation and medical care is free, and nobody complains about the rules.
Mister, I'm done.
You get fined $500.
Got it done? Okay,
First,
good.
second one, she gonna be in debt.
No.
Oh, my people won't give you all their money, you hear the first one?
Alright, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get back to our regular seat if you don't mind, B. You can get back to your regular seat now. Okay, really fast, not really fast. Mr. Caleb, can you share one idea or form of government that your partner stated?
Oh,
Oh,
She
now
said-
they wanna test.
she
me.
I'm sorry, stop 1 second.
Hold on.
You good, Mariah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's listen in. Somebody's got the spotlight. Caleb, go ahead, boss.
He said something very good. He said, like Medicare should be free. Like,
Medicare should be free,
yeah.
okay? Aiden, can you share one idea that your partner gave?
Gas prices will be low.
Gas prices will be low, okay? Aiden in the front, can you share one idea about one form of government that your partner gave?
Bro.
Wait, hold on. Shh, let me lock in. Hold on. What did Jonathan say? Oh, he said everybody has to give him his money.
So all money goes to Jonathan. All right, so that sounds a little questionable there. Joseph, can you share one of your ideas about what government is?
Well, the government isn't what you were saying.
Yeah, what government would you have? Like, what type of government are you talking about?
I would have like a government like that would get rid of all guns or like make racial slurs a crime.
All right, so you'll be heavy police and no guns whatsoever.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. All right, starting off with 3.1 Articles of Confederation. Don't throw those slips of paper away. We'll go back to them here in a second here, guys. But understanding this, at the end of 3.1, the front of the page and the back of the page, we'll be able to specifically give specific events and key ideas that brought about the adoption and implementation of the United States Constitution. Okay? Our 3.1a, here's our ICANNs. We'll examine the strengths of the Articles of Confederation, including but not limited to the Land Ordinance of 1785, the Northwest Ordinance of 1787, and their influence on westward migration, slavery, public education, and the addition of new states. Really fast, really quick. Annalisa, is this a lot? Eric, do you agree with her? Is that a lot? So you disagree? Okay. Trey, is this a lot?
Not really.
Not really?
Yeah.
Baltazar, is this a lot?
No, not really.
Not really? Joe, is this a lot?
Not really.
Mariah, is this a lot? Mariah's being honest. This is a lot.
Yeah, it is.
This is a lot. So what? Aiden's shaking his head no. He still disagrees.
No.
Can you break this down then for us, Eric? What does this mean? When we break things down like this, it's a lot here, guys. When we break things down, we gotta piece by piece put it together like a puzzle. When we examine things, what does that mean to examine? Look into, I love that definition. When you guys go to look closely, very good. When you guys go to the grocery store and you guys pick up an apple, how does that apple get into your basket?
You look at
Because
it.
you
look
threw
at
it there.
You threw it in there, right? But before you throw it in there, you're gonna
You
what?
gotta look at if it's good.
Why?
Like
If
if it's
it's
good or if
So you
it's
don't
like
eat it?
healthy and stuff like
Right.
that.
If it's bruised, if it's beaten up, if it's
Yeah.
scratched, if somebody already took a bite out of it, you're not gonna purchase that apple. That
Yeah.
makes sense?
Yeah.
Same thing with a plum or a peach. So when we examine the strengths of the Articles of Confederation, do you know what the Articles of Confederation is?
The first national government.
Well,
Mr. B does, okay? But even if you didn't, at the end of 3.1a, our ICANN is to be able to examine those strengths. Some of those things that are positive, some of those things that can be reinforced, okay? Right now, do we know the Land Ordinance of 1785? Not you, B. If you don't, that's okay. At the end of 3.1a, at the end of today, you'll be able to identify Land Ordinance of 1785, the Northwest Ordinance of 1787. So this is what the ICANNs are, okay? Who is this?
King George.
Who is that?
King
King
George.
George.
Who works?
King George.
Anybody have a job? Aiden does. What do you work at, Aiden?
You got
That's all.
What do you work at, Aiden? You raise your hand. Like, talk to me. Like, do you have a job?
Yeah.
Okay, where is your job, Aiden?
What do you?
Publix. Okay, great. Who else? Trey, you raise your hand. You got a job?
Yeah.
What do you work at, Trey?
Public.
Publix too? Anybody else? Nobody else? Marcus, job?
I work with my dad
Work with your dad? Okay,
for
awesome.
the summer.
For the summer. Awesome.
I do that too, so.
Okay. Describe to me your boss. What's your boss like, Aiden? I guess we start with good. Give me some good qualities of your boss.
Strict.
Your boss is strict. You like a strict boss?
No.
All right, give me some good qualities. Aiden. What's your boss like?
That's what all
Yo.
bosses.
Shh, I'm talking to Aiden. Just Aiden right now. Do you know your boss? Have you seen your boss? Not too much? Okay, if you had to describe a boss, I'll give this to everybody. If you had to describe a good boss, what would some qualities that boss would have?
Leadership.
Marcus.
Good leadership.
I'm sorry, Marcus. Again, guys, with the screaming out. This might happen in other classes, but this one, not yet. When I say we can call out, we'll call out. But for right now, let's give it to somebody to spotlight. Put your phone away. No. Look at me, Joe. Put your phone away. Thank you, Bobby. You're best. Hey, Caleb, you put your foot down. Thank you, Bobby. Marcus, go. Give me some good quality of a good boss.
Good leadership.
Good leadership. Good. Stop
Kind.
there. Good leadership. Like that. Good leadership. Annalisa.
Patient.
Patient. Very good. Patient. I'm losing mine sometimes. I'm not good. John, talk to me.
On task,
On task. What does that mean on task?
like making sure like you set a good example for the
Setting a good example for your employees. Oh, here we go. Aiden in the back. Leadership. Okay, heard that. Mariah, talk. Wait a minute. Understandable. Give me some qualities. All good answers. Give me some qualities of a bad boss. Now yell them out, Joe. Now yell them out.
Unreliable.
Coward, unreliable.
Does he care
Yell 'em
about
out.
anything? Like,
Does it what?
does he care about anything?
Doesn't care about anything.
only cares
Selfish.
for himself.
Selfish.
Selfish.
Greedy. Trifling. I love it. Love it. The colonists felt that King George was a horrible boss. And because he was such a horrible boss, what did they do? What did the colonists do?
Revolt.
What did the colonists do?
Want to get rid of him?
Marcus, thank you for raising your hand.
They want to get rid of him?
They wanted to get rid of him. So what did they write? Somebody raise your hand and tell me. What did they write to break up with King George?
Declaration of Independence.
Raise your hand and tell me what did they write? Go ahead, B.
Declaration of Independence.
Declaration of Independence. That great breakup letter, the Declaration of Independence. Okay? Here we have, and now that we have, so we move from solitary neglect, there's that word again. What does solitary neglect mean? Caleb, what does solitary neglect mean? Self-government. We move from self-government to parliamentary sovereignty. What does parliamentary sovereignty mean? Joseph, who rules in parliamentary sovereignty? Parliamentary sovereignty. Who rules, Joseph?
I don't remember.
Is it one person or is it a group of individuals?
It's a group of individuals.
Who can help?
No, it's one person. Group of individuals.
Who's that one person? He wears or she wears a crown. So what do you call him? Queen or king, right? So popular sovereignty, who rules?
Royalty. Royalty.
Who rules in popular sovereignty? Who rules in popular sovereignty? Everybody.
The king.
Who rules?
The king.
The king, royalty, okay? So we move from that in King George back to our own government, right? And our very first time we're writing here, guys, is the Articles of Confederation. This was America's first national government. Write that down, underline it, highlight it, put a star by it, put a thumbs up by it, draw a cute picture of Coach Jones by it. Make sure that you know Articles of Confederation was America's first national government. So as you're writing, once again, we got all this brand new territory. We gained this territory from the Treaty of Paris, 1783. All lands east of the Mississippi are now yours. That's what King George said in Great Britain. All of this new area here, we're giving it to you. You guys figure out. You guys are your own bosses now. So our first job, our first duty that we did was we wrote America's first national government. Now here's the thing. There's going to be some strengths and some weaknesses to our government. We're going to learn about in 3.1a all of these strengths. We're going to learn about in 3.1a, okay, all of these weaknesses. What does it mean, no executive branch to enforce laws?
Oh, wait.
Did we skip one? I think we did.
Yeah, we did.
We did, I'm sorry.
There it is.
So with our 13 original colonies, what's the difference between Delaware and Virginia? Somebody blurt it out. What's the difference? Size, okay? Delaware is a lot smaller than Virginia, okay? Looking at Delaware, think about the population. Who would have more people? Think Virginia would than Delaware? Might be the case, might be the case. Back in 1787, 85, Massachusetts definitely had the most or the greatest population. But even if it had the greatest population, it still had only how many votes? One. Every state only had one vote. Is that fair?
No.
Raise your hand if you think that's fair. Every state, no matter the population, had one vote. I got two. So everybody else disagrees. Why do you think so strongly about that, Aiden? Why do you think that's fair?
Because one place can have a lot more people overrule it.
So you want that one state that has a greater population that outrule everybody? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah,
Would that be fair? Is the question. You think so? Okay. Especially if you are in that state and you rule that state, right? Okay. But here, this time period, it took 9 of 13 states required to pass a law. The national government, once again, what's our first written government, form of government? What's it called? Articles of Confederation. The National Congress could make laws. They could settle disputes between states. They can negotiate treaties. They can oversee military, but they could not do what? Enforce laws. Okay, so no matter what your population was, okay, you got one vote. Is that the case today?
No.
California does not have, California has a larger population than Wyoming, and so California has over like 40 million people. So we looked at strengths, we looked at weaknesses here. On the section here, is this written down past here, Joe? So you're missing the front here, Joe. Okay, we have the Land Ordinance of 1785. The lands between the Appalachian Mountains and the Mississippi River that were acquired from the British through the Treaty of Paris 1783 were claimed by numerous states. Again, you don't have to write anything here, guys. It's just showing you in detail again. We have our original colonies. We have in red and blue these new territories that we gained. Here's what we write here, guys. Congress passed the Land Ordinance of 1785 that created an orderly way to divide the lands in the West into townships. Make sure we write, underline, highlight that. Land Ordinance of 1785 stated, Congress passed and created an orderly way to divide the lands in the West into townships. These are, again, it's a small depiction, but this is millions of acres of land here. And what they did, what we say in divide, can you guys see the lines that stretch across?
Yeah.
This is the divide. And as we divide these lands, it's gonna split them up into townships. What does that mean? Just breaking them down to smaller materials. Just like we broke down 3.18 in the beginning, how they examine Articles of Confederation, they're breaking down the land into smaller pieces. What do you guys think they're gonna do with the land when they break them down? What are they gonna do with all the territory? Are they gonna build like Disney World on them? Extra bathrooms, because the bathrooms are always cluttered. Anybody got an idea what they're gonna do? The government's gonna do with the land?
They build homes, towns for people.
B, you're just ahead of the game, making sure we build some town homes and people. Here's what we got. Section 16 states of each township was set aside for public schools. So what the heck does that mean? As we delve deeper here, guys, every 6 by 6 miles, Section 16 was gonna be set aside for public schools. So I live out in Barrow County, and, you know, our house is not paid for yet, but we pay taxes on our home. And those taxes go to schools out in Barrow County. You guys, I'm assuming some of us live in Decula, okay? Your parents pay taxes on your home, and those taxes go to Gwinnett County throughout schools here. This is stating, okay, for every 16 miles here, or excuse me, for every 16th of a mile, that those towns, those homes contribute to public schools. Again, phone, remove it, boss man. And take your hood off, please, Joe. Take your hood off and remove your phone. A little different today too. Your 3.1 is E-Class. It's not a slide or a PowerPoint. It's actually a video if you want to pull out your Chromebook, okay? All right, finishing up with the Northwest Ordinance of 1787, established a method in which new territories will be admitted to the United States. What does it mean to admit something? Approve, allow in, okay? You guys will hear this later on when you get older. Admitted to the club, yeah, right, John? You're allowed in? Okay, never mind. All right, so establish the method in which new territories will be admitted into the United States. Here again, we have the Northwest Territory of Ohio, Indiana. Did Michigan lose last week?
Yes.
They did? Oh, they lost it. No, they didn't. Okay. So Badgertown and Wisconsin. All right, so when a territory had 5,000 free adult males, it could create its own legislator. Make sure we know this, write it down, underline it, put a star by it. And when a territory had a population of 60,000 residents, it could apply for statehood. But here's this issue once again that we have, slavery. What did the Northwest Territory, what did the Ordinance of 1787 state about slavery? It was what? What was slavery? What happened to slavery in 1787, the Ordinance of 1787? Abolished and outlawed, okay? What does that mean? If I was in Georgia, if I lived in Georgia and I owned slaves, if I traveled to Ohio with my slaves, what could my slaves do?
Run away.
Run away, they can go free. They don't have to run at all. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so make sure we know when territory had 5,000 free adults, they could create their own legislator. When territory had over 60,000 residents, they could apply for statehood. Last little section of writing, I think it's one thing. It's on the back here, guys, of your graphic organizer. The impact of the land ordinance and Northwest Ordinance of 1787. They both encouraged westward migration to add new states and took steps towards public education and limiting slavery. Last section, we got it right here. Again, where can you find this? E-Class contents is under Unit 3 Film. Unit 3 Film this time, not PowerPoint and Google Slides. Okay, here's what I want. When you have the front section and the back part of 3.1A, I want you to show them to me and I can sign off on it. B, I'll start with you. Marcus, I'll start with you online. Of course. Thank you for highlighting that.
You're okay.
I'm gonna steal his right quick. You don't need his because you were paying attention the whole time, right?
What? No, this,
You know too well about it.
you're not talking about that.
3.1A. That's it. You got 3.1A?
Are you tight?
What does that mean? Was
Outdoor. Just outdoor.
just find that one section, okay?
I passed it.
Still writing? Oh. Still writing? Sean, you got 3.1A?
I'm gonna,
That's that one.
What was the,
Oh,
what was the purchase?
can you go back? Can you go back?
No, you got your Chromebook?
Okay.
Chromebook out. So going, so right? I got you, come right to you, boss.
I'm done.
I'll come right back to you, Ron, Mr. Ryan.
Why you turn so?
Ain't got done.
Then who? Jacob.
Oh my God, that's my guy right here, thank you, Eddie.
What?
Mariah says she's done. Jay finished? Alright, so we gotta find. Okay, almost done, just got two.
Mr. Jones, can I listen to music?
Not yet, boss man. Okay, so I think digital day will be a great time to make it up. I'll make sure on Thursday, I open it up for at least 500 hours, so you can take it home. Alright, so here's what we got going. If you're still writing, that is okay, okay? But everybody else that's ready to move on, here's what I want you guys to do. With your scrap sheet of paper that you had before, we're gonna go to a 3, 2, 1 prompt. Here's what I want you guys to write on the back of that page. Okay, listen with your eyeballs if you're done with your notes. 3 things that you just learned from 3.1a. How many?
3.
3 things that you just learned from 3.1a. I want you to give me 2 things that you're willing to, that you want to know more about. How many?
3.
2.
Wait, 2.
2 things that I want you to know more about. And then I want you to write me 1 question. 1 question pertaining to 3.1a. It can be a question that you don't know or something that you do know, but just write a question about it. So 3 things that you just learned, 2 things that you want to know more about, and 1 question. Make sure your name is on that bad boy, okay? And you can turn them in to me. Plenty of time here, guys. 3, 2, 1. Okay, Mark, you good?
So we gotta write,
That's your notes. Check them off, right? 3.1A is all complete. You highlighted what you need to highlight, right? What I want you to do now is give me on that scrap sheet of paper where you wrote your government, what you're about to write your government, give me 3 things that you learned regarding 3.1A. Give me 2 things that you, what did I say? That you
If you do 2 things that we want to know more.
want to know more about. Thank you, Marcus. And then 1 question.
Okay.
Okay.
Stop. Give me back my paper now.
Your paper? Wow.
I don't care, I'm just
You guys have your paper?
Hey, Joseph, can you slide over one desk?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna
he just start walking.
Finished. What are you talking about?
Caleb, you'll come here real quick? You'll come here real quick, Caleb?
No, I think somebody that we don't
Say again, you finished?
You just want me to write it today, or is that?
Yeah, you stop at 3.1A, and now with that extra scrap sheet of paper, 3, 2, 1. So give me 3 things that you just now learned, give me 2 things that you wanna know more about, and give me 1 question. Okay, hey, you finished? Stay here, Aiden, stay here. Aiden, stay here, boss. Stop walking away from me. Where's the 3 things you learned? What do you know about Shakespeare? What do you know about Shakespeare?
Yes,
So So that's what I want, tell me specifically, we didn't talk about shade or dark, I wanna know about 3.1A. That's in 3.1B, okay? And then section 16, what about section 16? So writing complete sentences, I want to know more about, okay?
See, that's one thing I've done all the time. I know one tell me dark, two is like blue. I know it's something. Yeah, I know that one's 4 too. Who's three? Chicago. That's red, right? Was red the three? So, which one is that?
You said
So
right.
these are your, things you can learn, okay? I wanna know more about those words, okay?
Yes, so the snail six and the
This, alright, this is perfect. Perfect. Alright, so now what you can do is if you're not done with section B, go ahead and in your E-class on that on the film, you can watch the rest of it to get your, 3.1 down. Does that make sense? Okay, awesome. Good job, alright. It's mine. It's mine.
Oh, I thought this was mine.
No, yours is on your desk, Mariah. Stop stealing my stuff.
Wait, man.
John, you got a question?
Sure.
You got a question, John?
About, this, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll make sure.
Right now.
What you look like?
You don't need to know. Should mind your business.
Confused about
I want to see where his sister was like so
No.
bad.
Alright, so we're at here.
No.
Do you ride the bus?
So
She?
Yeah.
up here. So
Yes,
college
yeah.
in Western Massachusetts with Anglo high tech.
No.
Have you seen your sister?
Before, Vent done.
Has you seen your sister?
I think so. I think I showed him my mom before.
Before Foster, let's just stop. So,
No, she goes.
I need to write all of that, but if you wanna summarize and put in your words before, does that make sense?
No, that's not her. That's my friend.
That is her.
Mariah, you're done.
Yes.
They're not. And they are heavily distracted. You can just bat an eye and they're just going, oh, Mariah. So what I would like for you to do, okay, is you stay focused on this and they'll stay focused. Don't even look up, right? They're just so enamored with you, love.
No.
Just stop talking, Joe. Try that.
That's my friend, not no.
Joe, relax, bro. Relax, Joe. You're telling him so.
What?
Question. You good? Are you done almost? Getting it done? Okay. Annalise, finishing up?
I'm done.
Finished? Alright, I wanna see it. Hold on a second, Joe. Alright, so that was your. Give me, so this
The
and
last
this,
one is a question.
check. Give me one question that you can write or that you had about 3.1. John, what you got about?
What do you do for this again?
Alright, so 3 things you learned.
Yeah.
2 things that you want to know more about, and 1 question.
Alright.
It can be a real question that you have that you don't understand, that you don't know, or be, you can formulate a question.
What are you on that question?
Formulate one.
Alright.
Write one yourself. Plenty of time, guys.
She got done with these. What's that? She got done with these. I just did the 3 things I learned.
And the two,
Oh wait, 2 things I wanna learn more about.
yeah.
Let me see this bus. Very good. Thank you, Mr. B. And again, B, you're done with, section 3.1B?
Yeah.
So you're good to go, boss. You checked off on everything. Good job, B. Let me see.
I think I hired. No, I mean not hired. I went there, and I went to one location. I went to one that they're building one. So I was gonna work at that one, but it's 30 minutes. So I can't. It's like no way. I texted. So I texted the employer. So I can't do it.
Let's try this again. Alright, we need it all to the boss. Where we at? Okay, what's this?
Ah, cute.
No, the thing is,
I want to do construction.
What is articles of confederation?
it would say,
Are you trying to find?
the most.
Where's your dad work in construction?
I would say so. When did you?
Alright, so give me.
Mario, can you help dad?
I would actually board it.
I'm not saying you. You know your dad?
Yes, why would I not know
What's
about
your
that?
What does he do for a living?
You didn't even know that.
Yeah, what's your
Construction.
one question?
No.
Typical.
One
What is
question.
he
Because I
do?
said, well to you.
Joseph, are you done? Tomorrow, Joe, you will not sit there.
I ain't finished.
Joseph, tomorrow you will not sit there, okay, bud?
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Mario, you got me in trouble.
Hey, again, guys, as we finish up, if you're not done with this, you will not
I
leave.
finished.
If you're not done with this, you will not leave. Again, you're done when I check you off. When you're finished with your 3, 2, 1, you can come to my desk and show me what you have, so I can read it.
I just remember, like, I went in there one time, and like, he was.
Aiden, are you done?